are watching It's Time to Have Fun. Hey guys, and welcome back to today's video. And this should be a really cool video today. In this video today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about Six Flags parks, but mostly just one park, and it's not just any park. Okay guys, before I tell you about this Six Flags park, I just want you guys to know to like and subscribe. Alright, so the Six Flags park I'm going to be talking about today is Six Flags New Orleans. Let's get to it. Okay, so before Six Flags New Orleans was there, it was Jazzland that opened in the year 2000. The idea of the theme park, because yes, it was a theme park too, the idea of it was to have a theme park for people that lived in New Orleans who didn't get that much stuff like that. Everybody loved the idea of having a theme park there, and they were really excited. The people that started Jazzland wanted to bring the joy of rides and other theme park attractions to the city that didn't get much stuff like that. The reason they named the park Jazzland was because they wanted to name it based off of the area, like what Six Flags does, but with other rides. So when Jazzland opened, it was super popular. People loved it. A lot of people in the city of New Orleans went to it. The most popular ride was Mega Zeph, a roller coaster based off of a different roller coaster at a different park with a similar name. I would say it was Jazzland's version of rides like the Texas Giant and the Iron Rattler. So the first year the park was open, people loved it. It was so popular. People loved going to it. Families, teenagers, everyone. So, the second year Jazzland was open, its popularity dropped out a bunch. They got low crowds, very low crowds. They started losing money, and it was just becoming a poor theme park. The ones who went to it that year loved it, while other people didn't even go. So it became a very poor theme park. And they were worried about it going out of business. So the third year of Jazzland, the park went out of business with no plans to reopen. And everybody that went to it was very sad. So that theme park was done. So 3 years after Jazzland closed, Six Flags bought the land and had it planned to keep the park nowhere near going out of business. So they added 2 new roller coasters in, and they were Batman V Ride, which is an inverted roller coaster that they put there that you can see at some of their other parks. And the Jester, which was originally at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, but when it was there, it was called Joker's Revenge. But then when it got moved to Six Flags New Orleans, they renamed it the Jester. And then they added 6 new flat rides, while also keeping the rides that were at Jazzland. So when Six Flags bought the land, they renamed the park to Six Flags New Orleans. All the Jazzland fans were so relieved that Six Flags bought it and were going to try and run it. And all the Jazzland fans thought that Six Flags could keep it nowhere near going out of business. But that didn't happen. For 2 years the park was in operation, the popularity never went up. It had a very bad and low popularity, and they had struggles making money, which they did. Even like when it opened, they did bring some of their characters, like the DC characters, Mr. Six, Looney Tunes characters, and even SpongeBob characters. The park was having a hard time even though they bought it. And they did, after a while, they did expand the land. And we're going to add a water park section like what the other parks have. But they never did. So after 2 years of the park running, in year 2005, a hurricane came named Hurricane Katrina. And on the last day of the park in operation before the hurricane, the park had no plans for it to go out of business. So they shut down the park for that night with no expect for the park to go out of business. But then Hurricane Katrina came and took out the park. Rides were broken, buildings were just destroyed, the whole park looked abandoned and flooded. But they didn't have plans to shut down there yet. But it did cancel the dates and stuff like Fright Fest that they already had planned. So for about a year, they kept paying their employees, thinking they were going to reopen. But then, after a while, the people that ran it were like, nope, we're done. So from that day on, the park was left abandoned. So after the park became abandoned, some of the rides survived Hurricane Katrina and were relocated to different Six Flags parks. Like this little kids roller coaster named Roadrunner Express got moved to Six Flags Magic Mountain. And Batman the Ride got moved to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, renamed the Goliath. Same with a couple other rides too, but unfortunately for Megazeth, its bolts and restraints were not enough to survive Hurricane Katrina. So since Hurricane Katrina, the park has just been left there abandoned, which I actually got to see it in year 2019. But at the time, I just thought like, oh cool, a theme park, we should go there sometime. And then my mom was like, oh, I think that's the abandoned Six Flags. And I was thinking like, how disappointing. But now I find it interesting that there has been an abandoned Six Flags, and I find it crazy that I got to see it. Which, now they have announced that it will be going bye-bye. But the other Six Flags parks are staying for people to enjoy. So the park is going to be taken down, and they're going to put it in like a Kalahari and Great Wolf Lodge type resort with an indoor and outdoor water park. In its spot. So that's what will be going there, which there have been plans for stuff there, but it has all been canceled. But now it's been confirmed what's going to be. One theme park still in New Orleans is Carousel Gardens Amusement Park, located in the park they call City Park, which it has some very old styled rides with some newer styled rides, which I actually went there on the same trip that I saw Six Flags New Orleans, and it's a pretty good theme park. Probably not the best one ever, but it's pretty good, and I would recommend going there if you go to New Orleans. Which it also creates a beautiful atmosphere, but with rides and other entertainment. So there you have it, you guys. I have a video of Six Flags New Orleans. Alright guys, that will be it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. And please make sure to like and subscribe. I already have 19 subscribers. And have a good night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Oh wait, I forgot to say, I hope you loved hearing about Six Flags New Orleans. Alright, see you tomorrow. Bye! That's all, folks!